day 38 of the journey to pro MMA and bodybuilding. Because of plans which have arisen today, it looks like I'm probably not going to be able to go to training tonight. I'm taking these last few days before the new year as sort of more down days, with the holidays, with people wanting to get together, that sort of thing, because to be perfectly honest, in 2026, I'm planning on pretty much saying no to any time anybody asks me to go do anything, if it's not contributing to, the goals. 2026 is entirely going to be revolving around my fitness goals, my business goals, and my spiritual goals. So any activity, any hangout which does not contribute to those things, they'll happen, but it's going to be very rare. So I'm trying to take these last few days to get a little bit of that before the new year starts, as well as just some extra time with my wife. But yeah, so we've got, it is going to be fun though, because today I've got some extra cardio because it's one of our good friends' birthday, and we're looking to all go to Sky Zone, which I have not been to a trampoline park in, easily like 5 years. But it used to be one of my favorite things. Like, I love a good trampoline park. So, and it's some great cardio, actually. Like, I'm going to burn some calories doing that. Not that I'm super focused on burning calories in these last few days of the year. I've kind of gone up to about my maintenance intake. Just because, I am going to attempt 315 on bench. And so being refilled is definitely a good idea with that. So anyway, gonna get some good cardio there. I'm planning on, since tomorrow night, we are driving up to Kentucky. I don't think I'll be able to train that evening either, but if I'm not mistaken, at 9 a.m. they've got boxing, so I may just glove up and go do some boxing, because I would like, I paid for this first month. I really don't want to have had 4 training sessions for the price of a whole month. That wasn't great, but I just didn't want to put it off any longer. So I'm thinking I may go and do some boxing tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We'll just have to see though. Yeah, this morning, it was weird. I'm not entirely sure what. I have an idea of what, but my forearms just feel miserable right now. Like, they feel super, super sore, particularly the backs of my forearms. Like, very strangely sore. It feels like I've done nothing but Zotman curls for like hours, and I don't really know why. I did some, so I'm doing a challenge, which will, eventually there will be a video on it on another channel. I'll let you guys know when that drops, but I'm basically doing the penny challenge, where you start with a penny and then trade up item by item. So I've got a really cool item right now. It's close to $1,000 in value. It's super heavy. And so I just traded for it yesterday, and I just got it. So loading it into the car pretty much alone, and then working on it and everything, I was doing a lot with my forearms, but it doesn't feel, I feel like it shouldn't have been enough to make them feel how they feel right now, because they feel ridiculous right now, like genuinely sore. They feel a lot better though, because I did hit my cold plunge this morning. I didn't include it in this vlog just because, again, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to include cold plunges into the vlog. I'm not even sure I'm really going to, but we're just gonna have to see. If you want to see cold plunge content where I'm talking through some things and you guys can just watch me freeze to death in a cold plunge, I would say your best bet is probably just to go follow my Instagram. because at the very least, I know I'm going to keep posting them there. So if you're not already following there, it's at The Aesthetic Fighter. So go check that out there. You know, that's where that content's going to be. But yeah, so today we are going to hit a push day, I'm pretty sure. Last week was all over the place. So I'm sorry about that. I know that it's kind of confusing the way that I got it set up. Because last week I really was only able to hit... Did I only hit one day? Maybe two? I guess I hit pull. Yeah. But I'm going to try again. Holidays, the vlog over the next probably about week is going to feel inconsistent, and it's going to feel different just because it's going to be different. I'm going to be all over the place. But rest assured, January is going to be very consistent. Starting then, I mean, like, I'll travel here or there, but the vlog is going to be consistent as heck. So you guys can expect, 6 vlogs a week, and hopefully at least one piece of non-vlog type content a week as well. A ton of shorts, ton of short form content, just a whole bunch of stuff. There really is a whole bunch of stuff that I have planned. And it's going to be awesome. Be tuned in as well, because here in a few days, my resolution video is going to drop, and I'm really excited for that. But yeah, so anyway, enough talk. Let's go hit a nice push day.
Need help or let me know.
Let's go.
Push, 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 push.
Thanks, Doc.
Go. Slow, slow. Push, 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 push. Come on.
Okay. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man.
You look like you're sick. You don't need to go back to work today.
I mean, I'll vouch for you. I'm good at it.
Starting to feel my front delts again in that. Not again. Thought we were past that. Normally I'd do more sets of that, but if I'm doing boxing tomorrow, I want to be mindful of my shoulders. So I think we're going to call it quits for shoulders there. Maybe hit one more chest exercise. Okay, that'll be it for day 38. Got some fun plans for tomorrow. So I was looking at the schedule, realized that there's no classes tomorrow. So I can't go and do class at 9 a.m. But my friend Camilo, who I've mentioned on this vlog, whose physique is just a freaking incredible, one of the best I mean, maybe the best physique of any guy I know at the moment. Great guy. Works out like crazy. This dude, he literally, like, we were just talking, he said that he'll go, like, when he's training, he'll just double up his routine and stay in there 3 or 4 hours. And, like, say what you will, I know people who say that kind of thing is overworking it. You look at this dude, it's freaking working. Like, ultimately, I've come to the conclusion you can't argue. Well, you can't argue with results. You really can't. If a dude is bigger than you, leaner than you, whatever, and you ask him what he does, and then you have the gall to be like, I don't know why this is a random soapbox I'm getting on right now, but I have seen people do that, where they'll be like, oh, that's stupid, don't do that. And it's like, bro, he's bigger than you. He's bigger than you. He's lifting more than you. You can see his abs. You can't see yours. It's funny. I don't know why I had that tension built up. Maybe I just feel like crashing out about something. But it does frustrate me when people do that. And you see that in the comments all the time. You'll see dudes who are like winning a bunch of fights and they'll be like, oh, his technique is blah, blah, blah. Frick the technique. If he's winning, he's winning. It's working. Clearly. And I see it probably more often than anything with bodybuilders. You'll go in the comments. There will be some dude who's just a Greek god doing an incredible routine. And it's just different, or it's unorthodox or whatever. And you'll go to the comments, and the top comment will be some little dweeb-looking dude with a beer belly saying, this isn't optimal. And it's like, brother, put the Coors Light down and maybe we'll listen to you. You can't critique someone who's got results. Anyway, so all that to say, Camilo, amazing dude. And he just started at Fight Shop. I told him about Fight Shop, and he just signed up. So he's been doing boxing. And so we've decided tomorrow at 10 a.m. he and I are going to go, and we're just going to do some bag work, some cardio, and we're going to do some sparring. And we're just going to have some fun. Just he and I going, getting some work in, which is going to be good. That's going to be really enjoyable. It's going to be with the big 14-ounce club, so I'm not, I can shell up a little easier. Neither of us going to get damaged. It's going to be fun. But yeah, so I'm going to do some of that tomorrow. I'm going to bring out my AI tracking, like face tracking camera, so that I can set that up and it'll follow us when we're sparring. That'll be fun. But yeah, so you guys will have to tune in for that tomorrow. So today on bench, you guys might have seen, I went for 295. I asked him if he was pulling at all on 295. And he said no, that his hands were just there. Technically, his hands were on the bar, so I know I can't really call that a PR. But it went up, and it went up with either no or minimal help. So I'm hoping that means that at least by year end, I can get 295. I'm realizing getting 315 by year end, it might be a little too ambitious. It might be a little bit much, but I'm going to try it nonetheless. And we're just going to see, with how it went up. I mean, I know I have 285. I know I've got that. So at the very least, regardless of what happens, I'm getting a new PR by year end. It might not be 315 like I was initially wanting. That's okay. But yeah, so anyway, that was a pretty solid push day pump analysis. My chest feels incredible. This is as good a chest pump as any. At this point, getting a pump in my chest really comes down to how I'm able to hit it that day. If I'm rushed and can only do 2 sets, it's usually not great. Or if I'm not able to do the rest that I want, I'm not able to, etc. Sometimes that makes it not work. But today, everything clicked. I had time, so I got to do what I want. So it was great, no issues. Triceps, feel good. Pretty average, pretty normal. At this point, I'm just trying to work on getting like slower, more controlled reps, just focusing on that mind-muscle connection, because I'm realizing I haven't been hitting triceps in the most optimal way. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But, yeah, and then I guess shoulders feel pretty good. They feel pretty cooked, and not in a bad way. My shoulders, because of fighting, have felt kind of bad recently, so they don't feel bad right now, which is good. Like I said, I intentionally hit it a little lighter today because I know I'm going to do some boxing tomorrow. But yeah, so anyway, the next few days, let's see. I'm going to be able to hit it tomorrow. I'm planning on hitting it the next day if Mega Gym is open. I need to call them to figure out if they're even open on Christmas Eve and Christmas. If they are, then on both days, I'll go hit it. Yeah, and then I'll be up in Kentucky until January 1st. So I'm going to just keep hitting it at Mega Gym up there. And yeah, we're just going to cook. So appreciate you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, Instagram is going to have a lot of different kinds of content. That's kind of the approach that I'm taking with social media, is that it's not going to be repeats. The stuff you see here is not going to be what you see on Instagram. It's not going to be what you see. TikTok will be similar to Instagram, but even there, it'll be a little different. And then eventually I'm considering starting a Rumble profile as well. But for now, we're just sticking the main two really are Instagram and YouTube. I'm using TikTok mostly to just try to grow, just to get new eyes on the content. I'm not really focusing all that hard on that. It's really Instagram and YouTube that are my big two. So I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe here, and if you would go follow me at The Aesthetic Fighter on Instagram. A lot of cool stuff that I do on there. It's the easiest way to interact with me if you want to. And yeah, I'd appreciate if you just keep up with the journey. This has been pretty fun so far. And it's funny. I can feel there are parts of my body that are aching in a not good way. I've put them under a lot of strain this year and haven't really taken any recovery weeks. I know that that's something that a lot of lifters do. They'll pick 1 week every now and then to just do a full rest or work at like 40% effort. So I may be due for that before too long here. I may pick 1 week, one of the first weeks in January, to do a 30 to 40% load week. Just so that I'm not doing full rest. I'm not just not doing anything, but giving my joints, giving my ligaments, giving my body some time to recover just a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, appreciate you guys. Nothing really else to say. Subscribe, follow, like the video, that helps. Comment if you have anything that could help me. It is what it is. I'll see you tomorrow for day 39. See you guys.